Welcome to the inaugural episode of Broker's Corner, where we sit down with leaders in our industry to discuss changes and trends to the real estate industry here in Greater Vancouver. Today I'm joined by Josh Bath, realtor with Royal LePage Elite West and instructor at GVR. We're diving into the recent changes to the professional development program where the credit limit, or requirement rather, has recently increased from 18 to 21. We'll talk about why this update was made, what it means for members, and how it affects and supports professionalism across our industry. Josh, thanks for coming.
My pleasure.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course, I hope the drive-in was all right.
Easy peasy.
Good. Now, before we get into the details, from an instructor's lens, because obviously you teach quite a bit with us here at the board, can you share what the PDP program aims to achieve and why it's such an important part of being a realtor in British Columbia?
Absolutely, yeah. I also had the benefit of being on the PDP task force with BCREA for almost close to 2 years in the development and the preamp up to this change that's coming down on January 1st, 2026. What I think it's going to mean overall to the province or to our board and specifically is going to be a raising of the bar of professionalism and an awareness that education is a key component for licensed real estate agents to level up their professionalism. Beautiful. It's one of the main ones, really.
Yeah, so it's less of a have to do and more of a want to do kind of thing.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah.
Got it. Now we've seen the credit requirement increase from 18 to 21. I mean, what do you think the nexus was for? I mean, what do you think prompted the change, and how does it align with where the profession is heading, or we hope to see it heading?
Well, great question. I mean, 3 additional hours added on to what was currently the current system doesn't sound like an awful lot. And that being said, there has been consistent feedback over and over from the members from any board, whether it be our board or all the other 8 boards in total in the province. They'd love to see more professionalism. Some would argue maybe not more education. And yet some might even argue that professionalism doesn't necessarily come out of being forced to take more education, but the desire to increase from 18 to 21 really stemmed from giving agents the direction that we are moving this way in terms of requiring you to take in more courses without adding more of a burden, if you will, to their schedule.
Right. And that actually ties into my next question. And how do you think this is going to affect members day to day, especially those with a really, really, really busy schedule?
I think where the additional 3 PDP hours come into play specifically for agents is they can get them done through self-directed means. I think it might actually have a wonderful ancillary benefit where agents are going to tap into their brokerages and explore in-house education options from that perspective to help boost up their additional 3 hours of requirement.
Right.
Or additionally, it could very well see agents look for online self-paced options, whether that's through CREA or BCREA and or even through our own board, GVR.
Having taken courses with you myself, I can say this as a personal experience. I mean, you've always been such a strong advocate for lifelong learning in our profession. We talked a little bit about the professionalism side of things, but how do you think these updates, to requirements for PDP are going to help with things like client trust?
Well, yeah, I wonder sometimes if the public is actually going to be aware of the additional requirement for education that realtors are going to have to take on starting January. They probably won't, but what they will feel is that their agents are going to be more informed because they're going to be going out themselves and seeking education. And ideally, hopefully that is aligned with what they need to know right now. Which is going to translate into, I think, a more meaningful, more fulsome conversation they'll have with their clients.
Right. Interesting. Well, I think that about wraps it up. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about in terms of the PDP programs and updates that are coming down the pipe from someone on the inside?
Yeah, for sure. I was proud to have been a part of that task force. There's no question. And I'm really excited for the direction that our education is moving. It's in alignment with the professionalism white paper that was put out a couple of years ago by our board. And it speaks to the overall desire from members to see a higher level of professionalism. This is perfectly in alignment with that paper. In addition to the independent advisory group paper done in 2016, there's a few different white papers around this desire for professionalism. Education is the right step in the right direction for us to level up our understanding about what our industry is about and education and professionalism.
Beautiful. Well, look, it's really great to see, as an insider for both of us, it's great to see GVR continuing to raise the bar on professionalism, growth, education, and it's just always really nice to see. So that wraps up our first episode of Broker's Corner. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.